This is Dev mixing his soy sauce with wasabi.
Wasabi.
Wasabi? What's wasabi?
Wasabi.
Wasabi. We're here at Gokoku waiting for our food.
Chopsticks ready.
Wow. Wait. Wow. Look at this. Are you serious? Okay, first off, before we even eat it, best presentation we've ever seen, right?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is amazing presentation here.
What are these?
Sesame seeds.
All vegan. This is all vegan sushi right now. This is bananas. Go for it. Go in.
Dig in.
This is the volcano.
Yes.
These are huge.
These are gigantic.
These are huge. I'm not gonna be able to. I'm gonna be able to one bite this. I'm not going to be. I may be able to one bite this.
You can one bite it. I believe in you. That is one large fat piece of sushi right now.
That's a chungus roll.
Oh no, we lost it.
I love it. Attractive.
Oh man, Dev is living his life right now. Little saffron coming out of him.
How is it?
Just a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, we have another one coming.
Awesome.
Dynamite. Thank you so much. Wow, look at that. Are you serious right now?
Good news is, I'm gonna be full.
Oh yeah.
This is gonna be amazing. We gotta go in on this.
Really good. Let me try.
Super duper large.
Forget what this golden something.
The one you cross off and then there's a custom and I just
Well, baby tempura. I don't know what this is.
Is that seaweed in that? What is that?
It's got fried
Inside?
mushrooms on here.
Is that what that is?
Let me see.
I don't know.
Amazing.
Oh, that soup looks good too.
This is the Ten Men. Similar to what I get back in Nashville. Ramen.
This is the crazy spicy udon. I legit have an entire cantaloupe squash. I don't really know what that is.
Yeah, what the heck?
We've got some squash. We've got some mushrooms. We've got some bok choy. Some corn. I'm super excited to dive into this one. Genjuni is already smashing it. How are you feeling about that right now?
It's my least favorite ramen I've ever eaten.
Really? Let me try it. I can see that. I guess I can get a little soup here.
Yeah.
I also don't like the toppings.
Interesting. The ramen, a little shaky. The soup is feeling a little bland right now, but I'm gonna dive a little further into it. So I'll say this: I have to go through the whole bowl because sometimes I start stuff and I'm like, by the time I'm finished, it grows on me, and I'm like, okay, this is pretty good.
Right.
So it's a new experience. It's different from what I'm used to, so I gotta go into this one.
Oh no, the disappointed face.
You guys can give your review first. Welcome back to the newly recurring segment, Car Food Report, weekly, daily, here in Los Angeles, California. Dev, how'd you think?
Guys, I can easily say that was the worst meal that I've had since I've been in California. But it's not. It wasn't a bad meal. When your expectations the entire trip has been 5, 5, 5, back to back to back, this is what's going to happen. You're eventually going to find a place that doesn't even hit a 4, right? It was a 3 for me, okay?
The sushi was a 3?
It was a 3. This whole place, that whole entire place was a 3 for me. The sushi was a 3 as well. It wasn't bad, right, by any means, but it didn't even hit a 4 for me, right? I had a bite of the ramen of both, and they were okay. You know, they weren't bad. They weren't like good, you know, or even great, but they were okay. It was okay. Would I recommend this place? No, I personally would not, just because of all of the other places that we've been to, and they've just been so good that it's hard for me to recommend this place, which is okay. It's kind of like when you go to Chick-fil-A and you eat Chick-fil-A every single day, and after about the 50th time, you're like, okay, it's food, right? That's kind of where I'm at. It's food. You know, it'll fill me up, but nothing crazy. Tag you in.
For me, I think the sushi was really good. I'd give the sushi probably a 4. I actually preferred Dev's, which was the tempura roll?
The
volcano. I prefer Dev's like volcano roll because I prefer like a tempura roll. over the one that we had, which was, I think, the dynamite roll. And I'd say I'd get the sushi again if I ever wanted to go back there, or if I was recommending that anyone go there. I think it was, for vegan sushi, I thought it was very good. The ramen, on the other hand, I can't tell you what I didn't like in that broth, but there was just a taste in the broth, and it may have been the cilantro for me, I'm not sure, that I just wasn't really a fan of the broth itself. The noodles themselves were fine. All the topping, I'm just not a topping person on my ramen. I prefer just noodles and broth and maybe like a little bit of toppings. But yeah, I would never get the ramen again. But overall, I think it was fairly reasonably priced compared to like other places that we've seen, sushi rolls and ramen alike. So would I go back? Yes, but I would just get the sushi. Matthew?
You know, our experience started off amazing. Actually, I personally really enjoyed the sushi. I would also give it a 4. I really liked it. The only critique I'd have with it, and this is depending on how you feel, there was just so much put on the sushi, it almost covered up like the sushi taste. You know what I'm saying? It almost became like a glob in your mouth a little bit, which is not terrible because it still was pretty good.
Actually, I think the one that we ordered, the dynamite roll, I could taste the seaweed pretty strongly.
Yeah.
I feel like in Deb's you couldn't taste it, but in ours I feel like you could decently taste that seaweed.
Yeah. I personally overall liked it a lot. If you want some like classic sushi, you don't quite get classic sushi, but if you crave that, definitely. I would give it like a 4, 4.5, seeing if I crave it later on. Personally, just eating it, I enjoyed the sushi the kosher sushi we had before. That one was a little bit better in my opinion.
Yeah, but it was also not vegan. It was real fish.
For vegan sushi though, I think it's a bop. Absolute bop.
That's the difference?
What do you mean?
Wait, that's the difference?
What do you mean?
That one wasn't real fish.
That was not real fish.
That was all vegan food.
There was no real fish in that.
It was all vegan.
Does that change your opinion?
No. But, no, I'm just a little surprised, that's all.
Hey, that's good actually, if he couldn't tell.
I did not know.
Now, where it went downhill was the ramen. I'm going to give my number right off the bat. Ramen for me, it was a 1.
What?
You would have to pay me to eat that ramen.
What?
100%. I thought it was
Absolute food.
disgusting. Yeah, it was disgusting. I thought it was disgusting. Yeah.
Why?
I did not enjoy it at all. The broth was bland in the beginning. It kind of grew on to me later on. All the vegetables, gross, dude. I did not enjoy a single veggie in that entire bowl. And I can't blame anyone but myself. I did get udon instead of normal noodles. Also gross. It was not satisfying at all.
They're very thick.
Also, that was a 3-spice chili bowl.
It wasn't very spicy.
Ketchup was spicier. Ketchup was spicier. I'm not joking. The vegetables were not pleasant. They were like literally the size of the bowl. They're gigantic. They're not pleasurable to eat. Compared to the ramen we had the other night and even Otaku back home, absolute 1. Absolute 1 for me. I took as many noodles as I could because the noodles weren't awful, but the dish as a whole, would not ever eat it again. And if I would never absolutely ever eat it again, it's most definitely a 1 for me.
I think in all fairness, that normal ramen, if you go to Asian restaurants and stuff like that, I think that's normal. The veggies are generally very large, and those are all normal. There was bok choy, bean sprouts, there were some mushrooms in there, I think. Jicama was weird. I didn't think that Asian dishes had jicama in it. But I think that was not uncommon. It's just we've never had it before. But now you know that you don't like toppings on it.
True. Or at least toppings that were that big, because they were big, right?
They were big.
I mean, good news is, if anybody ever wants something cooked, they can just watch this video, put Matt in front of the grill, and just roast all that food, because you tore it apart. You tore it apart.
Listen. We live in a free market here. It's all about competition. I understand that other people may do it like that, but I'm going to compare it to the foods I know I have available and compare it to what I know is available. Absolute One all day, every day.
Would you go back to that place?
Yes, definitely for the sushi.
Okay.
Oh, well,
But I would
put
never-
it as a 3 and wouldn't go back. So I would rather go to Chick-fil-A.
And that's perfectly fair. At a 3, I would respect that. At a 3, I would respect that. A 4, I would definitely go back. I thought the sushi was pleasurable. I could see like a late night vegan sushi, like want something crazy, definitely. But if I had a sushi co next to me, if I had like authentic kosher sushi, to be honest, I probably wouldn't ever go there.
Yeah.
Very
I
much.
agree.
You know, if I
agree.
had the real kosher sushi, I wouldn't have a reason.
I agree with that.
Facts.
But if you don't eat fish and you want
Yeah.
somewhat authentic sushi that tastes almost like fish,
Yeah.
then I would recommend it.
You know, like those like over the top milkshakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That are like way more pizzazz than they are like sustenance.
Yeah.
That's what that sushi was like. It was over the top, and it was good. Don't get me wrong. It was still good, like those over the top milkshakes are. But I think they were just trying to do too much, a little bit too much.
I didn't think try. They definitely did.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Well,
Welcome to the food review.
it's all right. We are on our way to San Francisco. Let's see if they do any better. Jinjuni, how you doing?
I have a heart attack on this hill. Show where we came from.
San Francisco is no joke with these inclines. I don't know if you can tell how inclined it is there.